Myth or fact, we can eat whatever we want as we transition into perimenopause and menopause and andropause. I'm Dr. Sakina Davis with Woodlands Wellness and Cosmetic Center, and I'm an expert in hormone therapy. And I'm here to tell you that unfortunately, that is not true. So let's talk about what we need to eat as we age. So in our 20s, most of us are lucky enough to be able to eat whatever we want. But it would be great if we start to teach not only our 20-year-olds, but our children that sugar is not our friend. I think we tend to use it as a reward. So if somebody does great on their test, they get cookies. If we get an A on our report, we get ice cream. So we start these habits very early. I think we as a community and as a country really need to come together and start not making food a reward. We need to really learn that food is what is going to be able to nourish our body. And we need to start really understanding that sugar and bread and pasta and starches, whereas they're delicious, are not the best for our bodies, and especially for our growing children. There's so much inflammation that we're finding that is occurring from these foods. So, starting in our early years, we really need to start teaching children to know that vegetables and fiber and protein are really what we need to focus on. So, it's all about our habits. If you look around the world, there are no children's menus. Do you know that? There are no children's menus. There are just menus with food because most kids around the world eat normal amounts of normal food, but just smaller amounts of it. So here we have allowed our country to be regulated with all of these different products like cereals that contain so many ingredients of sugar and artificial colors. And this is what we think is great to eat for breakfast? No. So, starting again in our really younger years, but definitely in our 20s and 30s, we really need to start to adopt more protein. And as we transition into perimenopause, which can happen even around age 30 or 35, that's when we really need to start hitting those protein goals. The more we're learning now, we really need to be consuming at least 1 gram of quality protein per your ideal body weight. And so most of us, myself included, have only been getting about 50 to 60 grams of protein if I was lucky. Now it's all about how to get around 100 to 120 grams of protein a day to really facilitate our muscles and lean muscle. We want to be able to move into our 60s, 70s, and 80s, right? And so if we want to stay out of that nursing home, the key to that is protein intake. So you're going to also see a video soon with our nutritionist, Rhonda, who's going to help you to understand how to get to these goals because we really don't know. It's very difficult. And I also struggle with this every day. So it is not an easy task. But it is important that we really start to consume the right foods. So we need to learn our vegetables. It's sad when we take so many of the kids to the grocery store, they don't even know what most of these vegetables are. But even more sad, if I take some of the adults to the store, they also don't know what a lot of these vegetables are. So we need to expand our repertoire. We need to learn how to eat different types of vegetables, what's in season, and what's important for our body.